Thank you. Thank you, Adrian. All right, so this afternoon we have a very special presentation that Mr. Lepaka and Mr. Johnson have put together. As you may know, we have a new addition to our building in the past couple of weeks. We have new solar panels. And Mr. Johnson and Mr. Lepaka last year wrote a grant, which is a fancy word for an application for different organizations that will provide money for various projects to schools and other organizations. And so they wrote a grant for Fairview South to be awarded money to be able to install a solar panel. And they were successful in that effort. And about a month and a half ago, the solar panels were installed on the south facade, the south face of the new two-story. And it's producing energy. If you've not had the opportunity, they might be mentioning this, but if you've not had the opportunity, I strongly encourage you to go to our website. And on the main page of our website, under the quick links, there is a link that says Track the Solar Panel. And on that site, if you haven't done so already, you have the opportunity to see exactly how much power our 8 solar panels are producing. It's pretty cool, and check it out if you haven't. So without further delay, why don't you give a warm welcome to Mr. Johnson and Mr. Lepaka.
Operation Solarbration.
Oh, yeah.
The reason we're gathered here today in the auditorium is to discuss with you the newest addition to Fairview South, our new solar panels.
Well, many of you might have noticed the solar panels hanging on the side of the school and the building where you line up in the morning for the middle school.
Yeah.
Although many of you may have noticed them, most of you are probably wondering, what are those even used for and why are they there?
Well, the purpose of our presentation today is to explain to you how we obtain the solar panels, how the solar panels actually work, and of course, why solar power is important for the environment.
Now, let's go back to when this all started. One day I was in my room grading papers, pretty late at night. Mr. Johnson came into my room and approached me with an idea. He said, "Hey, Mr. Lepaka, let's write a grant." Well, the first thing I thought about is, what's the grant for? And he said it's to obtain funds to get solar panels at Fairview School.
That's exactly right. When writing a grant, adults get money for a project from a company or organization. The organization we wrote the grant to was called Illinois Solar Schools.
So, a grant is similar to what in school many of you know as a persuasive paper or a report. However, instead of hoping to get a good grade, adults like Mr. Johnson and myself hope to get money. Cha-ching.
That's exactly right. When Mr. Lepaka and myself decided to give writing the grant a chance, next came the hard part, which is actually writing the grant.
Just like writing a paper, students need to make sure they organize a report. Well, we had to do the same thing. In our report, we had to explain to the company why we were applying for the grant and what our goals were for using them and how we were going to use them with you guys.
We explained to Illinois Solar Schools why Fairview deserves solar panels, how we were going to use the solar panels to teach you guys, and of course, where we were going to put them if we actually got the money.
Exactly right. So, when Mr. Johnson and I were brainstorming ideas of where we were going to put the solar panels, a lot of crazy things went through our head.
Yeah.
So the very first one is the following. This is the front of the building. As you can see, the little grassy patch where the library is.
And we photoshopped a nice solar panel here and threw it in.
As many of you might wonder, this would probably be a safety hazard. Okay? Many kids would be walking by. We don't want anyone to run in the solar panel and fall down. So we said, no.
Yeah. The next location we looked at was just to the right of that, right in front of the building. And after a quick Photoshop job,
looks ridiculous.
showed this to the administration, Mr. Perez and Dr. Whitaker, Mr. Russo, and they laughed at us. So we looked at the next location, which would be on top of Mr. C's room, pretty much in front of that flagpole.
I really like the idea of this. But then, being a social studies guy, I thought this looks similar to when Ben Franklin decided he wanted to try to conduct electricity in an experiment. So I don't think that'd be very safe. So we said no.
And of course, this is what the site of the building used to look like. The next picture actually shows, this is actually the picture that we sent to with the grant, showing our 5 little solar panels on the site. And of course...
So when I was expecting this, I was driving down the street one day, and I saw this. I almost ran off the road, because this is not what we expected. Instead of 5 solar panels, we got 8 large solar panels.
8 massive solar panels. Absolutely beautiful. You can actually see them here. If you get close up, they're actually much bigger. Very, very cool. Once we completed writing the grant, we brought our finished work to Dr. Whitaker and Mr. Perez and Mr. Russo to have it edited and checked before we sent it off in the mail.
So it was important for us to get our ideas approved in order to place the grant in the mail. Now, Mr. Johnson and I didn't exactly use UPS, so we sent the mail, regular mail, and we waited.
And we waited.
And we waited.
And waited.
Until finally, the mail came to school. Dr. Whitaker entered Mr. Johnson's classroom, and she had some great news. Our school was awarded, Mr. Johnson, drum roll, $10,000 to buy solar panels. You might still be wondering. You might not have answered many questions. Okay, what is a solar panel, if you don't know? And where did we put it? Well, you saw where we put it. So now, let me tell you a little bit about what a solar panel is.
Well, Mr. Rebecca, instead of just talking about this a little more, why don't we just go outside and show them?
Mr. Johnson, it's cold outside. You know, I get in the cold. I get, real chilly.
Come on, let's go.
We'll be back. We'll be right back.
Mr. McConnell.
Hey, Mr. McConnell!
We got an assembly right now. You gotta be in there.
Oh, wrong way.
Ridiculous.
Sorry. I didn't know it was that.
Get it together.
I'm sorry.
No, Miss Lepaka. You don't know where the solar panels are?
Oh, I forgot. I thought they were over.
And you remember applying for the grant?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Where are you guys going?
What? How are you? You have to get to the assembly.
The assembly! Weren't you just... No. Janitor's room.
It doesn't make sense.
It's this way.
That's there. Shining. What? Mr. McConnell, how are you even have to get to the assembly?
These
Here we are.
the solar panels.
All 8 of them. And they're beautiful. They're beautiful and blue and liney. And right now they're collecting and harnessing the energy from the sun and powering.
Wait, Mr. Johnson. How do solar panels work?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, we actually bought the solar panels from a company.
Wait. Why don't we just show them?
We bought the solar panels from a company called Apt Electronics. Let's go there.
Hello again. Here we are at Apt Electronics in Glenview, the actual company that installed our solar panels. We're going to have a look inside and see if they can tell us a little bit more about how our solar panels work. Come on in.
One day you'll look to see I've gone, for tomorrow may bring, so I'll follow the sun.
Wasn't even worth it.
I was the one, but tomorrow may bring, so I'll follow the sun.
that we're actually inside Apt Electronics, we're going to have an opportunity to sit down and talk to Todd, a manager here at Apt that actually sold us our solar panels at Faraday. We're going to sit down and ask him a few questions about how our solar panels work and why solar energy is good for the environment. Come on, let's go talk.
Okay. So here we are at Apt Electronics, sitting in front of a solar panel, and one of the managers here, Todd, who's going to help us understand more about solar panels. Thanks for being with us today, Todd.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
How do these solar panels actually work?
Well, without getting too technical, basically what we're doing is we're taking solar energy, the sun's light, converting it to electricity in these panels. Each one of these is an individual panel making up a larger panel. You guys have 8 of them making up the full array. Basically what we're doing is creating electricity. We're not using the Earth's resources. We're creating no pollution. It's a good thing for the world.
Nice. Can you see other people in the world using solar panels in the future? I mean, I know we're just a school. Can you see them being used more and more in homes?
Absolutely, and it starts with the school. We educate people to show them that this is possible. Prices are coming down dramatically, making it more accessible to everyone. Hopefully soon. Prices have come down dramatically over the last several years, and it's making it so we can provide a solar system to the school and eventually everyone.
What other energy sources, alternative energy sources, should people be looking at?
Well, what we have, and I'm going to ask Mike to step back quite a bit and follow me.
Come on over.
But wind power is something that we're also working with quite a bit. We're about to put 2 more windmills outside to power our signs. So we, once again, reduce our electricity use and our carbon footprint.
Awesome. Well, Todd, it has been a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate it.
Apt Electronics. Buy here.
Bring your parents.
Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. I need to laugh, and when the sun is out, I've got something I can laugh about.
Here at Apt, we just learned from Todd, Apt is taking it to the next level with wind turbines, as we just showed you. The wind turbines can conserve up to 510 volts of electricity in 32-mile-per-hour winds. So, if you did use alternative energy, like a wind turbine, you might be able to power your refrigerator. Oh. Not a person, but a refrigerator. Amazing stuff. And they are safe for birds. Thank you.
So, as you can see, there are many ways you can harness solar power, even in your home. This is a simple solar-powered universal charger, which uses the sun's energy, converts it into energy that you can use in your home. For example, this one actually will give you up to 20 minutes of talk time on your cellular phone, or 50 minutes on your MP3, 50 minutes of MP3 time. Solar panels will work.
I'm not actually thinking about buying sunglasses. What I want you to know, though, is that solar power is good for many things. But when you are dealing with solar power in the sun, you need to make sure you wear glasses. Glasses can protect you.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright.